Girlfriend acts completely different when she is around her friends. I need advice to understand and how I should take this situation. But I'm currently in a serious relationship with a 28F for over a month and been dating since May. When she is around me, she acts very well-mannered, innocent and respectful. Well, last night I got a bit of a shock when she had her friends down for a gathering for her birthday, and it was the first time she drank around me since I've known her. Her friends pretty much influenced her to drink last night, since she doesn't drink anymore, and I saw a side of her that I'm not used to or know. Here are the things that really bugged me, and we ended up having an argument when her friends left. And I left as well. 1. Her friends were telling me that she gets wild when she drinks. Her friends that were a couple were sharing a few stories about her when she drinks and the wild things she does. This made me feel uncomfortable because it showed me she loses control when she drinks. Especially if she were to drink when I'm away at work. Point 2. We were playing a drinking game and she brought up a sexual experience. Anal. When another person asked another girl about this during the game and gloated how she has done it to her friends, and then proceeded to try to get more information about the other girls who have done it. Her friends even didn't respond and didn't want to go into detail. We haven't gone through this experience, so I was pretty hurt and felt it was very inconsiderate to be boasting about past sexual experiences when you're in front of our partner. Point 3. Her friends were bringing up how they wanted to go do wild things, which my girlfriend and I already went over in private about our personal boundaries that we both believe is respectable and allowed in the relationship. I guess last night was a shock for me to see this side of her. I understand those are her best friends. But if I were to bring my girlfriend around my friends, and they brought up inappropriate, or if conversations that we go into a direction that would disrespect partner, I would immediately shut it down or not talk about it. I guess I'm really confused that this innocent and sweet person, when she is around me, has a different side when she is with her friends. Also, if these friends get her to drink and she can't control herself on alcohol, it makes me worried, since she says that she sometimes likes going out dancing with her friends at a club. After her friends left, I left because I was pretty upset how I saw this side of her, and then came back to try to talk to her. She was super defensive and dismissive. How these things made me feel uncomfortable, and she pretty much told me to go find someone else and left. She may have still been drunk, but yeah, I'm not sure what to do. Edit. So to everyone in this post, I can see how the anger I had in this post has made me incredibly judged and also offended people. I should have given more context to the story. But we both bring our own unique problems to the table, and from day one they have been discussed and openly talked about. I was incredibly upset last night, and combining with hardly drinking alcohol myself too, I got really upset because I felt as though a lot of the deep conversations that we had about each other, about what we want in life, who we are, were as people, and a lot of the conversations that I cherished get a complete 180 when she was drinking with her friends. I personally am trying to be the best person I can be, and I really want to be the best, do anything for her. I personally have my problems to work through, and I can obviously see that. Also, about the innocent remark, I understand everyone has a past, and we have gone into detail about our pasts. The person who she is today, I feel like, is an incredibly kind, loving, to herself and grounded woman. So when her friends were bringing up and how she was behaving around her friends, made me feel very confused, hurt, and it was upsetting to me. What wild things were the friends talking about wanting to do that you and her had already decided on in private? She told you to move on. You should do so. She broke up with you. Move on. How old are you? She's 28. It's kinda weird to view your 28-year-old GF as innocent. You seem shocked to think she had any sort of a life before you. She's a full-grown woman. Of course she has friends she gets a little wild with. You probably only think she's sweet and innocent because you've only known her a few months. And during the first few months of dating, it's normal for a person to try to be on their best behavior. Now that she's dropped her guard a little bit and let loose, you're seeing more of who she really is. It sounds like she already broke up with you, but it doesn't seem like this relationship is for you. And has she contacted you about this situation today? That's not your girl anymore. She broke up with you when she said, "Go find someone else." Didn't apologize, and continued to ignore you today. First, you've only been dating a month and you're acting this way. When she is around me, she acts very well-mannered, innocent and respectful. This stuck out to me. That fact that you described her this way says a lot about your expectations of women. She is a 28-year-old woman. Innocent is not a normal way to view a 28-year-old. Was she supposed to save herself for you? Next, her wild days are in the past and having one night with friends is hardly a problem. Especially if she were to drink when I'm away at work. She had fun with friends and you immediately make it about you and your insecurity. We haven't gone through this experience, so I was pretty hurt and felt it was very inconsiderate to be boasting about past sexual experiences when you're in front of our partner. Another insecure statement. Again, did you expect her to be innocent at 28? You are upset she hasn't done it with you. Get a grip. I will make the concession that she could have left it unsaid if you're not comfortable with knowing her past. Her friends were bringing up how they wanted to go do wild things, which my girlfriend and I already went over in private about our personal boundaries that we both believe is respectable and allowed in the relationship. You're upset that she didn't censor her friend's conversation just because you have agreed not to include those activities in your relationship? I mean, really? Pretty much told me to go find someone else and left. You should. You clearly want someone you can control. You have a narrow-minded viewpoint and you and your girlfriend are not compatible. She does not deserve to have her past used against her in a relationship where you control her personality and behavior to mold her into your little box of a respectable woman. The number of people who thinks bragging about sex with your ex in front of your partner while they are meeting your friends for the first time astounds me. I agree it's not appropriate to talk about past sexual experiences, especially in front of you and especially when you are uncomfortable with it, but everything else is not something you have control over. This is her life. Your boundaries are valid, but you have literally known her for less than half a year. You don't really know her. Now you're getting to know little bits and pieces of her that you don't like. That's the point of dating. Finding out what you like. It all depends if this is a deal breaker or not for you. No offense, but calling it a serious relationship after like 34 months is a little much. I've been dating my BF for over 2 years and only started saying stuff like that after 6 months. Look, 1 and 3 are neither here nor there. She's not responsible as to how her friends act. But number 2? My GF boasting about her anal sex escapades in front of me when we haven't done that together? Disrespectful. It's something I definitely speak to her about when we've both calmed down and sobered up. And if she doesn't contact you in a few days, then don't go chasing her. Walk away and find someone who is prepared to treat you with respect. I wouldn't date someone who brings up how great the anal was with her ex-boyfriend at a party in front of me. That's just weird. And I wouldn't trust someone like that. She's likely the type to completely forget she's in a relationship when she's out with her friends. Aim higher. So, you seem ultra-conservative, which is fine. Some people don't need much. The problem is, this relationship is gonna crash and burn if you want a demure housewife that doesn't cut loose. Unless it's your version of cutting loose. Out of your 3 reasons, 1 was just not a good look for you. 2 was valid. That can be uncomfortable for people who don't like talking private with other people. 3 could go either way depending on the activities. I saw in another of your comments that they want to go do normal things for people and it made you uncomfortable. And your feelings are valid. But saying someone loses control when they drink, when they're just having a good time, is a little insecure. If I'm being honest, I don't see this relationship working out. You'll be paranoid anytime she's not within 50 feet and she'll eventually resent you. I'd say move on and find someone that fits your lifestyle more. She sounds like a young girl acting like a normal young girl at a party with her friends. I cannot think how the Reddit community is going to assist you in moving forward with this, but I would suggest that you aren't really in a serious relationship until you actually know a person with their guard down and in their ugliest states. And I think you have an idealized version of your GF in your mind. She's human. She's imperfect. If she doesn't drink often, then she'll get white girl wasted when she does. It's pretty normal. Deal with those issues directly with her. Don't put her up for a public stoning here and then get upset when people throw rocks. Dude, listen to me. You are a few months in. I am 11 months in and regret every damn hour and wish I had broken up at the 3rd month. Please learn from me. You deserve respect. And she's totally and clearly clueless. Break up. Go no contact and move the heck on and find someone who truly respects you and is considerate and also doesn't have such a massive change when alcohol comes in. It's an utter loss. Hear me and move on. You'll invest months or years and one day you'll find out she's cheated on you because she got drunk, or you'll see her doing it in front of you. Hear me. Believe me, it will happen likely. Don't gamble with your life. You deserve true respect. Get a grip, man. She's a whole other person before she met you. This includes sexual experiences. You seem pretty immature and insecure. Don't take it out on her. I know this a bit cliche, but I feel like if this was a story about a guy bringing his new GF to meet his mates and bragging about his sexual exploits with past partners, the op wouldn't be copying the same attitude in the comments. It's not uncommon for women to amplify certain aspects of their personality, behavior, depending on what social group they're in. I really dislike the classification of true and untrue self. It's simply about wanting to fit in and say, do things you think other people want. However, maturity is a process through which you learn not to constantly be performing and start to go more honestly with your values. I think you were just confronted with a very immature side of your girlfriend. I'm not sure why so many people feel the need to berate for how you felt about this situation. Because you sound like you're being thoughtful about it and you didn't react very poorly at all. It's definitely okay to not want a GF who is a partier or has a dicey relationship with alcohol or brags to large groups about the great anal she had with another dude. That criteria isn't ridiculous at all. No judgment on your girl at all, either. She sounds kinda messy but also pretty fun, and some people would have no problem with her doing the things that bugged you. You just do. You're not a jerk or something. It may just be that you two are incompatible. I'll say this. From my perspective, you sound like a little bit of a prude and a bit judgmental. Maybe you could do with some loosening up. Open your mind a bit about these things that make you uncomfortable if you can. That's just my opinion, though. Be who you are, man. And don't let these folks make you feel bad for how this situation made you feel, because you're Feelings are valid. Good luck, friend. I'm a lot like this girlfriend. It's so embarrassing and I have no idea why it happens. Once I'm just a few drinks deep, it's like an exponential equation. I drink more and more, and don't even think about it. I've never gotten sick, so even that doesn't help send me a signal. My father and many people on that side are alcoholics and I suspect it has something to do with it. Just wanna say, totally understand how you feel. My boyfriend has explained how it makes him feel. It's a lot to deal with. And embarrassing lol. Things that helped me. Do not bring liquor. Only carbonated drinks. If possible, try not to pregame for long. Takes longer to get a drink at a bar. Check in. Her internal voice that should ask, am I too drunk? Should I slow down? Is non-existent. Be that voice for her. But obviously, without being condescending and controlling. Have you never been around drunk people? LMAO. People tend to get sexual and girls often talk about it with each other. She probably felt even more comfortable since her boyfriend was there who thought so highly of her. If you've completely shifted your view on her, just do her a favor and cut her loose.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.